So here's where here's kind of the plan today. All right, we landed on a date. We figured it out. In short, I'll tell you at the front of this, the $240,000 case opening that is between me, Arrow, Oni, and Matt, Nate Shop, which was just given by this guy Megalodon, is going to be Friday at 1 o'clock Central. And the good news is I'm actually able to do the ad before the case opening. So that works out too. So everyone type smiley face and a W in the chat. That's very, very exciting stuff. You know what I mean? Very excited about that. Nate Shot specifically told me that he wants to open cases with me tomorrow. Okay. He specifically told me that. Not sure why. I told him I'm on today, and my plan today was I was going to open cases. I might play a game today, guys. I might dabble. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right. And then he was like, let's do it tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And then, are you guys ready for Thursday? Are you guys ready for this? I want everyone to understand, okay? These ads that I'm going to be banging out here, all right? They were originally kind of planned to be a little more spread out, but given what happened, we had to pack these ads in, all right? So I literally have 3 ads on Thursday. And I think I'm streaming until like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night on Thursday. I'm not kidding. Because we had all this stuff lined up, and it was because I was going on my trip, right? I was going on my trip. So like everything got pushed to this week, and then this whole thing happened, and I'm like, I had all this stuff lined up, but let's see if we can make it happen. So I'm literally doing 3 ads on Thursday, and then Friday morning before the opening, we're doing an ad. You guys, I'm doing 4 ads in I think less than 10 hours. Put the ads in the bag, chat. Right? Hey, listen, guys, we're paying for these cases somehow. You see what I'm saying? We're paying for these cases somehow. That's a joke, by the way, just for the record. Are we opening a $50,000 case opening today? Is that somewhere in my YouTube title, guys? I mean, come on, chat. Will you guys dial in? Goodness gracious, man. No, I'm not doing a $50,000. Guys, can I tell you something, bro? This case opening Friday, this may be the last case opening I ever do. Do you know why? We're never going to top this. Do you guys understand that? What Megalodon has done here, given all of us these cases, there's no physical way. Like $240,000. Like, guys, this isn't, we're not talking, like, we're talking some of the rarest cases in the world. We're talking cases that people didn't even know existed, you know? It's like, bro, we are all this Friday. We are going to go fly on like a massive private jet. And then after this, my case openings that I do after this, it's going to be like we're riding economy. Does that make sense? If I open Simple's Dragon Lore, it's going to be crazy. If I pull Simple's Dragon Lore out of that cobblestone, I will pull out my meat. I will. This whole YouTube stream is probably getting demonetized because I just said that 10 minutes in. Gosh dang it. So anyhoodle, that is kind of the plan. That's the plan for the rest of the week. Any questions, comments, or concerns? I don't care. Tim, we deserve better than Call of Duty. Can you guys shut up? What does that mean? Well, obviously you're here right now. So just so I'm clear, you want me to just sit here and open cases. Is that what you guys want? You know what I realized, bro? I'm not the gambling addict. You're the gambling addict, okay? You guys are all gambling addicts, all right? It's very simple. It's not me, it's you. You guys are reinforcing my behavior. No, it's true. It's true. Bro, I turned the stream on. You guys are all just sitting here, eyes wide open, just fiending. I'm getting more prime. My sub count's like tripled, and my member count, and my YouTube viewership. It's all just going up. Whoa, Tim, that's deflection. No, it's not. You guys are enabling me. You know what it feels like, bro? I feel like I walked into a house party, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drink today. And you guys are like, yes, you are. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Call of Duty had case openings. Do you guys not remember Advanced Warfare? I thought it was sick, for the record. I mean, I was kind of a fan. Or was it IW? Was it Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare? It actually might have been both. I think it was Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 3 did too. So there were some cases in Call of Duty, and there were some serious, I mean, people just complain about everything, I guess, bro. I mean, we got people complaining. Bro, there's people complaining on Twitter. I think Matt responded to him. There's people complaining that me and Matt are in this case opening. They just complain about everything, man. I don't know. This guy's like,
they're letting this guy Timthetatman open $60,000. He's only on Counter-Strike because of the hype.
my brother in Christ, please check my streaming history, man. All right, please check my account, check my history. This guy probably doesn't know why Kenny S's or Simple's or Coldzera's stickers would be so rare. Like, brother, I was probably, for one, I follow Simple follows me, and we have linked up before, okay, for one. For two, I was one game off being pro back in the day, okay? For three, I could still probably go pro this day and age. I'm a little older, but I could still probably do it, man. No, I almost was pro. Why are you guys saying cap? You guys don't think I could go pro right now? Listen, the reality is this, bro. That dude that's complaining about me and Matt being in this case opening, I was probably playing 1.6 before he was even fucking born. Does that make sense? You're not looking at a guy that doesn't understand Counter-Strike, bro. I was painfully addicted to Counter-Strike. And that kid doesn't know FY Ice World. He doesn't know the Warcraft mods. He doesn't know the original Dust. He doesn't know fucking Aztec. He doesn't know Assault. Okay? Scouts, Knives. This is all foreign language to him. But you know who does know that? Me. I know that shit. Yeah, let Unc cook. That's right. Yo, bro got me brick talking about the Warcraft mods. What is 30,000 bits, bro? What is this? Timthetatman just spit hot fire. Do you see what I'm saying? How much is that? $300? This is exactly what I'm talking about, by the way. I just kind of went on a rant a little bit, and this guy gassed me up with a $300 cheer. That doesn't happen when that didn't happen when I was playing COD. I didn't get a $300 cheer when I was playing COD. Oh, you played since 1.3? You got me beat then, Block. I played 1.6. I just have, I don't know, man. I have so many core memories playing Counter-Strike. I'm not trying to overlook the fact that you just gave me $300, by the way, Black. You just kind of, I'm locked up a second here. I had this thought and I want to get it out. I remember vividly, like, do you guys remember the Aztec Bridge when you were T versus CT? I felt like everyone, when we were growing up, everyone just ran to the Aztec Bridge. No one went through the door. You know what I'm saying? And then you had the whole underpass area that no one really went to. Everyone just kind of went to the bridge and they just tried to like 1v1 each other on the bridge. What a great game. Bro, I saw TikTok just the other day. It's a small account, bro. It's a really small account. And it's like nostalgic gaming. And it was an old school, I'm talking old school, like a Mac kind of computer, like way back in the day. And he was playing 1.6. And he did the, you know, B42, B8, B82, B83, B54, you know what I'm saying? And you guys probably think I'm speaking in code right now, but if you were back then, you know what I'm talking about. Right? It's like he was doing all that, and I just couldn't, I had so much nostalgia, bro. You used to buy, did you guys know you used to have to individually buy ammo with arrow keys? Did you guys know that? Like when you bought a gun in Counter-Strike, it didn't just come with ammo. Did you guys know that? Like you literally had to like individually buy ammo. Okay, Unc. Dude, I'm telling you, man. It's, and just for the record, there are probably, I do want to say this. There are probably more content creators, more deserving than me to rip these cases. But I do just want to say to the people that are chirping me, you're not just looking at a random guy hopping on Counter-Strike. You know, I have the credentials, man. You know, I played back in the day. I probably played before a lot of these guys were born. And I loved 1.6. I had LAN parties at my house. Who here did that back in the day? I was 13 years old. I worked a paper route. I saved up all my money for a paper route over a year so I could build my very first computer so I could play Counter-Strike 1.6. That is what I did. And I did it. And I worked my paper route. I built my computer. And my buddies all did too. And we all would go to each other's houses, maybe not once a week, but every other week. And we'd have these LAN parties where we would sit and we'd play with each other and play online together. And I understand you might be looking at me like this guy doesn't really understand what I say, bro. Why y'all saying, huh? Play with each other? That's what you guys are going to get out of that chat? Both chats, by the way, both of you are guilty right now. I'm disappointed in both of you, man. Oh, listen, man, all I'm saying is all the youngins, they probably don't, they're out there talking about Tim doesn't deserve this CS opening. They don't know GameSpy. They don't know, they probably don't know what Cal is. C-A-L? Oh, what is Cal I? What's Cal O? What's that? What's MIRC? Like, I'm saying all this stuff and there's people, you know what I'm saying? And they're probably like, what? You know what I mean? Okay, Unk. Listen, man, a lot of y'all didn't have AOL Instant Messenger in the shows, bro. Right? I remember back in the day with AIM, bro, I'd try to, like with the holiday season, whatever the holiday was, I'd make my font that, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was like Halloween, I'd go like black and orange. If it was Christmas, I'd go like green and red. I'd be like, just out with the boys on Halloween, happy Halloween. And I would set my away message and then I'd sit there and look and see if someone messaged me. You've got mail. Only Cal O you know is Cal O Rees. All right, that wasn't a bad one. That was kind of a good one. That was kind of a good one. I can't lie to you, bro. That was a good one. Actual good one. Actual good one, bro. Tim, aren't you a WoW OG too? I did play World of Warcraft 2 growing up. And dude, that's another thing I saw on this same page where this guy was playing Classic 1.6. He was playing Classic WoW. And it's just like, I just said it, like, it has to be nostalgia. That's the only thing I can think of is like the nostalgic pull to these games that I had growing up. And, you know, being 13 and experiencing like, dude, I sound like a boomer and I sound like an unk, but I can't explain to you guys what it was like to play a game like World of Warcraft when no other game really had existed like World of Warcraft. And there is some people that are probably going to say, well, Tim, you had Final Fantasy 11, which I understand. Final Fantasy 11, I actually played that slightly. RuneScape, I know, was out there too, but I'm saying for myself, so let me speak for myself. I think EverQuest was technically that style of game too that was out before Classic. My real first full-on, I made my little dwarf in Dunmarogue, and I loaded in, and I think I was 13 or 14 at the time too. This is right around 1.6 when I built that computer. And chat, I need you guys to understand, bro, back in the day, you didn't just install something by downloading it, bro. I had like 10 discs. And it wasn't just an easy process either. I'd put my disc in and be like, please insert disc 2. And I'd put disc 2 in. And then and you can't just leave, right? You have to be present with the install. You know what I'm saying? You can't just like go up, I'm going to go, that's going to install. Please, because if I didn't put disc 2 in, then it's not going to go any further. Please insert disc 3, right? So I put in disc 3. I can't explain to you guys the pain and suffering I felt sometimes where you got to disc like 6 or 7, right? And then it said error. Try again. And you got to go all the way back to the beginning, bro. You're not just going back to disc 5. You're not going back to disc 6. I had to go all the way back to disc 1, and hopefully it reads disc 7 this time when I install it. You know? Like, I'm just like, I'm trying. The point I'm trying to make is when I was that age and I stepped into classic World of Warcraft, that MMO lifestyle, and I was my little dwarf. I was a dwarf hunter, and I was a dwarf hunter because of the video. And if you guys remember the video, I just loved it, bro. There's something about the dwarf, and he's just standing there in the wind with the snows going by him, and he's got his gun, and he has this like bear, and the bear like follows him, and I'm like, dude, I'm making a fucking dwarf. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I want to be that dwarf. And so I made the dwarf hunter, and I probably didn't get out of the starter zone for like a week, but I loved every minute of it, bro. I loved the experience, and I would see other people, and I can't explain that to you guys, that feeling I had where I see other people and I'm like, oh my God, that's another real person right now online, and I'm playing online. Yeah, we don't have to talk about the trank shot. And it's just like, I look back at those memories with 1.6 and WoW, right? And it's like, I can't explain the feeling. And maybe it is nostalgia. Maybe it's just nostalgia. But for me, it's like that timeline that I grew up in, seeing the development of all that. It was such a vivid moment that I don't know if I can ever really re-experience. Maybe we're just old now, you know? Did you guys know back in the day, if your game didn't work, dude, if you had like an N64 and it didn't work, you just took the cartridge out and you just blew on it and then just smacked it back in there. Did you guys know that? Like, that was the tech, you know, and that was how do I fix this? It's not working. I think that started with Sega, actually. 1999 to 2006 was peak gaming. Bro, I ranted about the 90s. Not ranted. I talked about the 90s, and someone, like, clipped it, and it got, like, 3 million views, bro. And there is a lot of truth to what I was saying. It's just, like, that whole lifestyle, man. It's just, I mean, I'm an old man now. An old man, you know, I don't know. Anywho.